Hey YouTube, it's Thomas here. So today I'm at my friend's place. I brought my KEF LS50 over, my Elac debut 6.2, and we're going to compare it to his Unifi 5. Anyway, I'll put it in the description. I forgot the name of it. I'll probably spend a bit more time comparing these both because I got limited time, so we won't spend too much time with the LS50. Let's get to it. I'm filming in the motel again. I start filming at my friend's place, and then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to sit down, listen with him and discuss with him, film a bit of footage, and then give my final thoughts. We chat about it, and this is what we felt comparing the Elac debut 6.2 with the KEF LS50 and the Unifi B5. I think it's Unifi B5. Anyway, it'll be in the description. So while I was driving over, I was telling myself, okay, knowing my friend, knowing his taste, I bet you he will choose the Unifi B5. I'll just call it B5 from now. Because he doesn't like bright speakers. But I was thinking maybe the debut 6.2 might be okay because it's just a little bit brighter than the Unifi B. So I say, okay, maybe these two can give, like these two speakers are good if I compare them both for my friend. And I say, you know what, I'll just bring the LS50 just for fun of it, but you know, I don't think I'm going to spend too much time with the LS50. Okay, so before we start, actually I have to say, what do we have at my friend's place? He has the Onyx A125 integrated amp. Has a nice CD player. The CD10, I think, is from Onyx. Now the company doesn't probably, I don't think they exist anymore because I can't find the website anymore. But it has a history, so it used to be somewhat established. And this set here, you're looking at a good, I think, $5,000, the integrated amp with the CD. And unfortunately, we don't have anything else. So although it is not a realistic real-world test, it is relevant for my friend. And another thing to know is that his room, although not treated, sounds pretty good for some strange reasons. Maybe it's the high ceiling, as I mentioned in my other video, or the fact that it's really wide. There's a bit of echo, but you know, echo is good. You don't want the room to be too dead. And one thing I noticed about recording with a microphone is that it picks up echo differently than how we hear it. It sounds more exaggerated with a microphone. So when you listen to sound demo through a microphone, it might sound like there's a lot of echo, but when you're there, it's actually a good thing. So the Elac debut 6.2, that's the first speaker I tried. We plugged it in, and then we switched between the B5, Unifi B5, okay? I call it B5 from now. Right away, yes, the debut 6, the vocals are really forward, just like I mentioned in my other video. And the big surprise here is that the B5 has a 5-inch woofer. The debut 6 has a 6-inch woofer. There is a significant bass difference. Now, I remember leaving a comment for one of the subscribers. I'm saying 5-inch, 6-inch, really, you know, I don't expect a difference. But no, there is a big difference. I don't know, is it because it's 5-inch and 6-inch, or just simply the material used or the way it is designed, but the debut 6 bass was more rich. It was able to fill the room. I felt like there is a strong, I felt it was strong, that the bass was strong. So in fact, one of the comments my friend made is that, you know what, I like the B5, the Unifi B5, but I wish it had the bass of the debut or the KEF. That's just that one thing that he found missing with the Unifi. But here's the issue though. When we put the Unifi on, I knew at that moment, I said, okay, forget the debut 6.2. The Unifi is just more balanced, number one. And it feels more high-end. And my home, you know, I'm able to compare the KEF LS50 to the debut 6.2 and the dying audio. But over here, just by listening like that, I prefer the Unifi B5. And also knowing my friend's taste, I knew that the vocals were just a bit too center stage, too forward, and it didn't have the same kind of balance as the debut 6, as the Unifi B. So, okay, fine. and that was it. That was the end of it. We just put the debut 6.2 away, we lost interest in it, and then we put the LS50 on. LS50, the first few seconds, I was a little bit shocked. Now, you see, this integrated amp used to belong to me, so I know its characteristic. I know it's one of the more revealing type of amp, but here in this room, it was not bright to my taste, okay? Compared to, let's say, at other places I listened to. So I was thinking, how can it be so smooth sounding here compared to, let's say, at my home? The only difference is the room and the speaker cable. You see, I know the speaker cable too because I gave it to him, and that speaker cable was rolled off. I knew that it didn't exaggerate the high, it didn't exaggerate the bass. It was very, very the flat kind. I find it so boring that, you know, I gave him a few speaker cable to choose from, and he chose that one. And it didn't surprise me because I know his taste. He doesn't like exaggeration. So anyway, the LS50 was not bright. Even my friend's first reaction was like, whoa, this is actually pretty smooth. But as we start swapping back and forth, and then we start pushing the volume, trying different music with different instruments, that's where my friend go like, you know what, the KEF LS50 is too bright for me. And that is already, as I said, not bright compared to the other places I listen to, for example, my home. And that's why I say with the LS50, first of all, at this place, I was like, oh, okay, I can understand why some people say that I don't find the LS50 bright, because in this house, with this setup, it was really not bright. But even then, my friend found it a little bit too bright, and it was fatiguing for him. So he said that, you know what, he chose the Unifi B over the KEF LS50. That's why I say choosing speaker really is a question of taste. We all say we don't want non-fatiguing highs, right? You don't know that until you listen. You think that the LS50 might be too bright for you. It might actually be just right for you. And that shows in the comments, right? Between people who hate them and people who like them. Some people enjoy it and some people find it too bright. And for me, that's why, once again, it's a question of taste. Some people find the Unifi uB5 muddy, like there's a veil over it, not clear. But my friend found it actually had more detail, not detail, it was more natural sounding than the LS50. So I personally, at my friend's place, prefer the LS50 because I guess I'm more used to bright speakers. So for me, it was actually not bright. And, you know, I thought, okay, I thought it was very smooth on top of that. I thought it had a lot of detail. But one thing me and my friend both agreed, the bass on the LS50 is definitely better. All right, so this morning I actually sold the LS50. I sold to a friend of a friend. And, you know, he saw my video before he came over, so he was prepared for it, you know, bright speakers. He uses Clips, I think the older ones. And when he heard it, he said that, yeah, damn, it's bright. And I was driving it with the Macintosh, but I had all these silver cables on it, so I thought that was okay, but he already thought that's a bit too bright. So next thing I did, I plugged it to the Pioneer receiver using $5, like the pink speaker cables. Only then he said that, yeah, this is okay. Even then, it's just a little bit too bright. He wished I had more bass with the Pioneer, so I had turned on the sub, and yeah, okay, it worked out okay. So that goes to say, that goes to show that these KEF is really not for everyone, but it's for a lot of people, including me. I enjoy them, I like them, I had a lot of fun with them. It's just too bad I sold them this morning. I posted up, like 5-6 people wanted it right away, sold within an hour. I don't know, maybe I was asking too little. But anyway, yeah, so that's my simple experience with the 3 speakers. Once again, it's not a review, and you know, I've made enough videos comparing the LS50 versus the debut 6.2. I don't want to start repeating again. If you want my review of each speaker, just go watch the separate videos of each speaker. But from an A/B test, if you're somebody who don't like bright speakers, if you value more like natural sounding speakers, a bit roll off on the top, not too revealing. It has bass, okay, the Unifi B5. It's just that it has less bass than the two other speakers. In that room, I thought it was adequate, it was enough. If you're that kind of person, yeah, give it a try, the Unifi B5. Just make sure you have at least 250 watt at 4 ohms if you really want to bring out the potential of the B5s. I drove them with 70, 100 watts before. Dude, you're not doing it justice. The debut 6.2 is a bit easier to drive, but still, yeah, the more power, the better. Well, the KEF, yeah, they're not easy to drive too. It's too bad, you know, these budget speakers are not too easy to drive. So, question, comments, once again, it's not a very detailed review, but, you know, just want to share my findings. All right, till next time. Hey guys, it's Thomas here. So today I'm at my friend's place again, and we are going to do a comparison between the, well, actually I'm going to do a comparison just between the debut 6.2 and the Unifi B. What was it again? Unifi what? Unifi 5. Oh.
Damn it, now you have to